round of the, one second. First round of the, second round of the ARC Group 3 Masters season. I am Travis Vansenort here at Watkins, Glen. You see our sprint race winner from a week ago, Stefan Roby Chad. It's out on track already. Let's get all the stuff. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're all set up now. Stefan Roby Chad is the first car out on track. First one out on outlap. Followed by Luke Allen. I'm not exactly sure who this is. This is Fernando Rosario, alright. And then Logan Cool, who knocked out his teammate out of the race, funny enough. He is the fourth car out on track. I was a little wide there, about to exit through the second corner. Out of the boot. Again, another person I'm not familiar with, or wasn't here last week. Isaac, I think that's Tana or Tono. I don't want to butcher that, I feel bad. Anyway, move on. This was a person, Steve Kuntz. Alright, I'll remember that better this week. Meanwhile, Stefan Roby Chad down in the first corner. First one on a lap. Solid first corner from him. Using up all of the track he can without getting a time limits penalty. Soaring up through the S's. Same with Luke Allen, who is followed closely behind by, not Stefan, sorry, Fernando Rosario. See if Fernando can get a nice little slipstream down here, help his lap out. Logan Cool has a time penalty he's going to have to serve. That'll ruin his lap. Steve Kuntz followed by Fidel Fabian. It's a little loud. I hope it's not too loud for the stream. Regular Llama also back here. Looks like everybody is out on track with a lap. Adam Pelko so has a time limits penalty. Maybe not. Adam Pelko went back to the pits. Same with Logan Cool. Jamal Stallings making his first start of the season. Meanwhile, Spain trying to see if he can back up his sprint race win from last week. Go 2 for 2 in the sprints. Didn't go nearly as well in the main, unfortunately. That was a Freda Boyce, I think. Or it might have been FR Racing. Yeah, FR Racing 1-2. Ridwan and Tyler pulled out that 1-2. A little bit of drama with the teammates in about the midway point in the main, but after that it was just smooth sailing for Ridwan as he pulled away from the entire field. Meanwhile, Stefan, we'll see what his first lap is. Looks like it's going to be around a 44. Yeah, 44.5. Solid lap from him, Luke Allen. 44.8. Pretty close. Meanwhile, Fernando Rosario trying to get close to Stefan there. About a 10th off for him. Steve Kuntz a little bit farther back. 45 flat. Ahead of him, Isaac. Not too far back. 7/10. Top 6 within a second. Top 7, top 8. Wow, actually, 7th and 8th separated by 1,000th or 100th. That I guess that'd be. No, it would be 1,000. Oh, I was right the first time. That's I think it's Marcus Snow and Riker Lummel. Or no, Keenan Kimber and Riker Lummel. Marcus Snow about 200ths ahead of them. As a new top of the board, AJ Knickel with a really good lap, 44 flat. Obliterates Stefan's time. And then Ridwan tops AJ Knickel with a 43.9. First driver into the 43. Solid lap from him. See if anybody can get into the top 8. Doesn't look like it. Mando got a penalty. It looked like he was up on his lap. Really, unfortunately, he would have been ahead of Stefan and not too far behind. Or ahead of Stefan and too far behind AJ getting time. We'll see if AJ gets a time penalty for that one a little bit too far out. Using up all the track. A lot of runoff here for the drivers to try and take for granted. Just don't want to get too far out and get a time penalty and lose a lot of time. Meanwhile, Stan's going to come across the line. Not going to be slight improvement. Spoke a little too soon, 100th there. It's AJ Knickel off the racetrack. See if he comes in for a new pair of softs now, or if he's just going to finish this out. So he gets a time penalty for that. So Fernando dived it into the pits, it seems like, or went back to the pits. Isaac and Steve Kuntz did the same with Riker Lummel. Fidel Fabian, not a great lap. Really far off at 10th place, 11th. Last person to make a lap, Adam Pelk, Jamal Stallings, Logan Cool, all have yet to make their first time lap. Dylan Baum was our only DNQ. We should have one more person, I'm not sure who it is though. Gallon at the time penalty, he's not gonna have a better lap. The red one, see, diving into the pits for a new pair of softs. AJ Knickel, same thing. So I don't think, I'm not sure if Stefan is on a lap. I don't think he is. Fernando, same thing, he's on an out lap. Nope, Stefan is on a lap, alright, so I was wrong there. If it's on a lap, then the game is just lying to me. Oh yeah, he's on a lap, which is at best as I switched. That was unfortunate. Adam Pelk gets his first lap in. I don't think he went faster than 11th though, no he did not. About 8/10 off of 10th. He's not in the top 10 yet. Steve Kuntz not too far ahead of Riker Lummel. Riker Lummel going to see if he can use that to his advantage as, oh, Marcus Snow back across the track in front of Keenan Kimber. That was a trouble corner in practice. Saw a lot of drivers spinning out of that corner, and it almost collected 2 cars as Marcus Snow got a little bit loose off of that, spun back across the track trying to overcorrect. Or trying to correct and overcorrected. Jamal Stallings, it seemed like, also set a lap. I'm not sure where he went. He went P12, slot in between Adam and Fidel as Fidel goes faster. Saw a lap from Fidel, within 2 seconds the leader now. So we haven't seen any movements. Oh, Marcus Snow back around, exiting the boot. That'll probably give him damage. He'll probably have to end up going back to the pits. Isaac, gonna head into the bus stop here. Almost a 10th up on his lap. Solid bus stop, didn't use a lot of curb. Really wide through the carousel. Use a lot of curbing on exit though. As you see, a lot of curbing. Luke Allen has another time penalty, so this lap will not be better. 3-second time penalty. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's see if this is Stefan. Stefan, we'll see if he can improve on his lap as Adam Pelk does improve on his lap. See where he went after the end of Stefan's lap here. Cross the line. Will not be an improvement, about a 10th off his fastest lap time. Go back to Fernando now. Another time lapse, see if he's up exiting the boot here. About a 4 thousandths down, so needs 3/10 to pass Stefan. I don't think that's going to happen on this one. Jamal Stallings sets another faster lap. Second lap, I'm pretty sure. Isaac goes P6. We were following along with him for a little bit there. I think he just slightly improved on his lap time there. I don't think it was an improvement in position. So Gallon now will start natural lap. Hopefully no time penalties on this one. Does start a lap, it's pretty consistent at least. So see if he can back that up. Maybe improve a little bit. Needs a 10th to get Fernando here. And 4 to get Stefan. AJ Knickel is on a lap. He's exiting the boot. Half a 10th down. So we're about done with qualifying here. Actually, I think these are the final laps. AJ Knickel gets in the wall off of the final corner. Don't think he'll be able to improve. Yeah, 2/10 down. Let's see if that's it for him. I think it was. Looks like the AI took control, so yeah, I think it was. Meanwhile, Fernando's trying to see if he can find 3/10 on Stefan. Jamal Stallings looks like he's improved his lap. I think he was off the racing line. Maybe giving a tow to the car up there, I'm not sure. that was all about. Right ahead of Fernando, I'm pretty sure it's Isaac, right? Yeah. So, see if that hurts Fernando's lap here. Out of the boot, it's going to be a 10,000s down, 100th down. He's going to need a lot more than that if he wants to get to P3. I don't think it's going to happen here. Hear all the tires squealing. Fernando at the line, will he improve? Yes, by a 10th, but that's not good enough for third. Luke Allen doesn't look like he's had the lap he wanted. Yeah, way far off the pace. Wasn't going to happen there. Meanwhile, Steve Kuntz across the line. Can he improve? He can, but not enough for a position gain. P7. The one will not on a real lap. Keenan Kimber might be, though. Let's see where he is at the line. He'll go to P5. Great final lap from Keenan Kimber. Jumps all the way up to P5. Looks like it wasn't going to be a very good starting position for him, but he proved me wrong there. Pretty solid lap from him. Once AI is having a moment. But looks like everybody set a lap time except for Logan Cool. So we'll run down the order here. Grid 1, start on pole by about a 400th ahead of AJ Knickel, who starts P2. Stefan, your sprint race winner from last week, will start P3. Fernando Rosario, P4. Keenan Kimber, solid lap at the end, P5. Luke Allen, P6. And then this is Isaac, I think it's Tono. I'm gonna say, I think it's Tano? Tano, I'll say Tano. Isaac Tano, P7. Steve Kuntz, P8. Marcus Snow, P9. Riker Lummel rounds out your top 10 and P10. Del Fabian, P11. He was pretty good in the sprint race last week. Gained a lot of positions off the start. We'll see if he can do that again. Adam Pelk, P12. Jamal Stallings, P13. And Logan Cool will round out your grid in P14. We're missing one competitor here. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Looks like Grid 1's on a lap. Not really sure what that's. Yeah, he's wrecking AJ Nickel's AI, it seems like. Oh, there we go. Alright. So as you can see on the right hand side, top 3, pretty big gap to everybody else. Honestly, top 2, 3/10 gap over the entire field. 4/10 probably. Closer to 4/10. But, so, AJ Knickel, Ridwan. Hamza going to be neck and neck here for the sprint win at least. And then you'll have the field invert top 8. And we'll see chaos after that. 8 laps here for the sprint race. And then we'll head into the feature. See if anyone in the back can make big moves like Fidel Fabian last week at Daytona. Adam Pelk had a solid outing too at Daytona. He got some top 10s. Riker Lummel had a disappointing Daytona feature and sprint. Same with Luke Allen. Gonna have to hope to capitalize on hopefully better starting positions in the feature. Already better in the sprint. Luke Allen especially starts P6. Just gotta stay out of trouble really. That bus stop's gonna be important too. Don't want to really end up side by side through there. Just gonna have to get a good turn 1 and through the S is good. You should be fine. But for these people in the back here, it's just all about making headway through the first couple of corners, trying to get a good start and then start from there. Jamal Stallings, Adam Pelk, Logan Cool, Fidel Fabian, really the ones that have to focus on that. Just really want to get to 8th at least. Get into that field invert. So you can start on pole for the feature. So we'll hop into the sprint race here. If it'll ever load. Oh wow, okay. There we go. Alright. So we got to grid 1. I don't know why it's showing Adam Pelkin first, but 3 red lights, 4. And we're off. Ridwan not with a great start. AJ Knickel gets a better one. Side by side, Ridwan actually pretty good start. AJ Knickel bogged down after the initial launch. 3 wide for P2 into turn 1. Oh, Stefan gets forced out wide. Fernando the better corner. They'll be side by side for P2, AJ Knickel and Fernando through the S's. Not too far behind Isaac Tano. P4, solid start from him. Stefan now trying to fend off Keenan Kimber. These two battled for the sprint race win last week, now battling for P5. Behind Keenan Kimber, Steve Kuntz gonna look to the inside. Oh, makes a late lunge, but he won't stick it out as they a little bit of contact. Oh, Fidel Fabian around in the middle of the pack. Doesn't look like he involved anybody else too hard. Adam Pelk, Logan Cool had to take evasive action. Oh, another car around. That's Isaac Tona. All right, there we go. Sorry. Meanwhile, Jamal Stalin trying to get to the inside of Steve Kuntz, who's blocking. Very interesting line from Steve Kuntz there. I'm not sure why he was blocking so heavily. Jamal Stallings now, he's going to look to the inside. I think it's going to work though. Back to the front, AJ Knickel is able to fend off Fernando Rosario. So he'll go wide on the exit of that corner. Now he's going to try and keep up with Ridwan. Trying not to let him check out, get away. Ooh, a little bit loose off the corner for Ridwan. So the first lap is going to be complete, and it looks like Ridwan's going to be the one to lead it. Your pole sitter will lead lap 1 as long as he gets off turn for the final corner. Clean. Looks like it's going to happen. Top 3 all within a second and a half there. Then you got Stefan, who didn't lose too much time after going wide in turn 1. Thought it was going to be a lot more as Fernando trying to put the pressure on AJ Knickel, sent him a little bit wide, kind of intimidated. So they'll be really close up through the S's. AJ Knickel lost about 4/10 there at the end of that lap to Ridwan. Now they're just going to have to try and gain it all back. AJ, while being pressured, is going to have to gain it back really. That's going to be it's going to be a difficult challenge, just to say the least. Second and a 10th back now. So even Stefan starts to gain in on these two. Reel them in. But after that, Keenan Kimber not really that close to anyone. I'm sure him and Isaac had a little bit of contact there as you saw Isaac went around. Steve Kuntz is gotten by Luke Allen here. Luke and Steve, I'm pretty sure, made contact in the bus stops. They went in side by side. See if Luke is very happy about that. Maybe races him a little more rough. Jamal Stallings is on pole for the feature right now. Gonna have to fend off from Marcus Snow, Adam Pelk, and Riker Lummel. Riker Lummel loses a position to Adam there. Adam's showing some good pace through the main races as I have missed Ridwan going from first to third. Not sure what happened there. Oh, that's really bad for me. But Ridwan goes from first to third. Looked like he had to fend off Stefan there for a second as he'll get clear of him again. He's about a second and a half, or 2 seconds now back from the top 2 of Fernando Rosario and AJ Knickel, so I'm not really sure what happened there. As he blocks the inside. Clean move there, no harm, no foul. But that will give Stefan the room to cut back under and take P3 away as they'll go side by side through the S's. Stefan, can he clear him before the second one? No, but it will have the preferred line through here again. As Keenan Kimber sees this, liking this a lot, he'll maybe have a chance at the final podium spot here if these two keep battling. Not really sure what happened to Ridwan there. Not my best piece of camera work. It's a sign in the middle of the track. Not sure what happened. I'm not sure how that ended up there. It might have been from Fidel Fabian on the first lap. Fernando now, he's just got to bide his time, make his move in the last few laps. Take that away. So, yeah, he's just going to have to sit in the 6/10 range for a while and close in in the last final laps. Hopefully make his move there. Stefan has really pulled away from Ridwan here, so I'm not sure if Ridwan has damage or just his tires are shot, maybe. Really interesting. He didn't make a single mistake in the feature race last week. Didn't really make one in the sprint either, just, drafted so heavily at Daytona. He couldn't really pull away, but here it looks like he made a big one. Oh, as he hits the wall on the exit of the boot, and he's going to go around into the inside barrier. That's going to let Keenan Kimber get P4. does not look like that car is agreeing with him at all. Really unfortunate for your feature race winner at Daytona. Just not sure what went wrong in this race. Genesis just not treating him well. Meanwhile, Steve Kuntz has kept the same gap to Luke Allen and Marcus Snow now. Marcus Snow has actually gotten by Jamal Stallings. Same with Adam Pelk. So Adam and Marcus Snow trying to get that 8th position. Marcus has it now, but he's going to try and make a move for 7th through the S's. Not going to happen. Adam probably going to be pushing pretty hard here for P8. So Ridwan now, he's just got to really just settle back into a groove here. Hopefully not wreck again. P5 is still fine. Still going to be hopeful in the points. I'll still put him in a good position for the feature. Meanwhile, Fernando Rosario, AJ Knickel still 5/10 gap here. Just taking his time, Fernando. Really doing a great job right now. Doesn't really want to make the move yet, because you can use that slipstream through the S's to make a pass before the bus stop. It's very possible. He has moved in about a 2/10 through the last 2 laps. Within 4/10 now. He's got the fastest lap of the race too. About a 10th faster than AJ last lap. I'm sure he'll be faster again as he's gonna look to the inside. Not gonna happen. Looks back outside. Side's better of it. A little bit wider through that corner than AJ. Better run off though. See if he looks to the inside here. AJ is gonna block to the inside. And it's gonna look back outside. Not gonna send it in. AJ Knickel does though. Fernando's gonna look to the inside. He's gonna get there. They're gonna be side by side through the S's. Preferred line for Fernando here. He'll get clear before the second part of the S's. AJ Knickel gonna look back inside though. Great move. Not gonna happen though. So he'll use the slipstream now to try and look back to the inside before the bus stop. Side by side through the bus stop they'll go. See if any of them back out. Sends it in there. Little bit of contact. About as clean as you can go through the bus stop. Fernando Rosario takes the lead though, as Stefan Robichet is loving this as he's gained a bunch of time on this lap. AJ Knickel loses the lead though, as they're taking it from Ridwan after his mistake. It's top 3 now, within a 1.5 seconds. Keenan Kimber not too far back behind. Actually, that's a lot. He's about 3 seconds behind P3. So we'll have to hope for a mistake from one of these 3 if he wants a podium. So, AJ Knickel, see if he can reel in Fernando now. Not sure if he'll have the pace to do it. Within 8/10 right now. We saw Fernando take his time. Slowly reel him in and then make the move in turn 1. Cut him back over, get the pass done through the S's. Had to fend him off in the bus stop, but was able to do that. Sent it in a little harder. Made a little bit of contact, but not enough for a penalty. So AJ still within 8/10. He's got 3 laps here to get back. Probably want to be within 5/10 coming out of the final corner if he wants to make a move. Stefan, he's lost about 2/10, but he's right there still. He gained a 1.5 seconds that last lap. Oh, AJ Knickel went a little bit too wide in turn 1, and that's gonna probably mark the end of his bid for the sprint race win. So he'll definitely lose P3 here to Stefan, or P2 to Stefan, so he'll be down into P3. Stefan really sending it fastest through the first sector of the entire race. Within a 1.5 seconds again. He was down to 1.7 before. So AJ is gonna have to serve it. Not at the exit of this corner, but the next. Maybe he won't lose P2 as he's pulled the gap back out a little bit. He definitely will not have a shot at Fernando as long as Fernando keeps it clean. So come out of this corner. Have to serve his drive-through. Gets off the racing line. Around the outside will go Stefan. He'll take P2 away, see if he can have any shot. Fernando here. Oh, AJ Knickel gonna make a move on Stefan now. Sent it in that corner down the inside, made a little bit of contact. He'll go around the outside. Power move from AJ Knickel for P2 after his mistake in turn 1. Solid from him. Meanwhile, Ridwan trying to reel in Keenan Kimber here for P4. Made a lot of time up. Not too far behind him is Steve Kuntz, followed by Luke Allen and Marcus Snow. Marcus Snow kind of just hasn't been able to get around Luke Allen. It doesn't look like Adam Polk's going to be able to get P8 from him, though. So this will basically be the battle for who starts first and second in the feature race. Back to the front. AJ Knickel, see if he gets any pressure here from Stefan. Through the S's. He's going to have to block to the right-hand side. See if he does that. It's not going to happen. Stefan just gives him a push. Doesn't want to go side by side through there. Oh, Stefan really sideways through the first part. Meanwhile, Ridwan took P4 away, but got a time penalty doing it. So he's not going to be able to get P4 away from Keenan Kimber this race unless Keenan makes a huge mistake. Keenan now is just going to have to... Oh, they both get into the wall off the carousel. That was interesting. Keenan Kimber just followed him into the wall. Oh, and then Keenan gets a time penalty for that. So this could open the door for Steve Kuntz to maybe have a shot at P4. See if he has any chance at it. We'll go back up to the lead after. Keenan Kimber makes a little mistake off that corner, both off of the racing line. Good racing etiquette. Ridwan looks like he's pulled enough of a gap for P4. Steve Kuntz gets P5 from Keenan Kimber, though. Luke Allen now going to have a look at P6. Not going to happen. Marcus Snow kind of just dialed it down for P8. But meanwhile, back up to the front, Fernando Rosario was able to take advantage of AJ Knickel's mistake late, passed him cleanly, and he, out of the final corner, is going to take the sprint race win here at Watkins Glen. Solid race from Fernando. Great move into turn 1. Split P2 of AJ Knickel, and he'll take the sprint race. Oh, wow. That's a... wow. Okay. I'm terrible at this. Really bad. Alright. Well, we'll go back into the final lap because I don't know how to count. That's... wow. Alright. Yeah, that was bad. Alright. Meanwhile, Stefan is going to try and find a way around AJ Knickel one last time because I'm an idiot. Another fantastic Sector 1. Doesn't look like I don't have enough for AJ Knickel still, though. AJ has gained a lot of time on Fernando here these last 2 laps. Takes a wide entry, cuts back in. See all the rubber build up on the exit of the corners, or outside of the corners, exit too, I guess. AJ really loose off of that corner, trying to get everything he's got here at the end. Ridwan's pulled away from Steve Kuntz and Keenan Kimber. Keenan trying to make a move for P5. Doesn't look like he'll be close enough into this corner. Try and get a good exit. Not gonna happen. Look to the outside of this next corner though. Try and make the same move AJ did. That's not gonna happen either. He'll just have to slap back in line. We got a yellow flag. I'm not sure who that was. We'll go back through there after. Stefan will now actually take the win. AJ Knickel P2, or sorry, Fernando Rosario takes the win. Stefan P3 and AJ Knickel P2. That's, wow. Ridwan will take P4, Steve Kuntz P5, Keenan Kimber almost got him at the line P6, Luke Allen P7, and Marcus Snow will be on pole for the feature after the invert. Adam Polk P9, Riker Lummel will once again round out your top 10. I think that's, yeah, that's Logan Cool. Alright. Jamal Stallings P11, Fidel Fabian after the lap 1 incident will come in P12. And I was like Tano. I think it's Tano. I'm 99% sure it's Tano. He'll be P13, and Logan Cool will round out your grid in P14. 1 lap down. So that's 7 out of 8, and for some reason my brain just went final lap. That was unfortunate. I don't even know why I thought that. That was interesting. Rosario takes the win. So that'll be his first win of the season, sprint or feature. All three different winners so far. See if we can keep that streak up in the feature. I'm not sure though. If Ridwan can figure out what happened in the sprint, maybe that'll be broken. But if not, AJ Knickel could pull this one out. So we'll get off of that screen. So now we'll wait for the feature race to start. I'm not sure how many laps this will be. I think the main for Daytona was 14 if I remember correctly, so it should be maybe something like, it could just be 14 again, honestly. It probably will be because these are about the same lap times, both about a minute 40s. So we have 15 in here now. Or we still have 15. That's what it is. So 16. So see how many laps? 15 laps. Alright, so one off. Almost double the amount of laps from the sprint. As everybody will enter here, and then we'll set the grid, and we'll be able to race. So I don't really have anything to fill the time gap we have here. Here, let me pull up the points. We can go look at the points now. I'll probably be something I should do for future events. See if I can just look at the points in between these two races, as we got a nice little time gap, about 3 minutes at least, to fill. Taking a second as I have 700 tabs open. I would read the comments, but no. Yeah, no, I'm just not gonna do that. See, is it right here? It is. Okay. Alright. Oh, no, it's not, because I can barely read that, because it's too small. Alright, so we'll go to Simly Pro. Go visit Simly Pro if you're watching. Go give it a click. Thank you, looking cool for that message. But Ridwan had a 10-point lead over Stefan after Daytona. And then I'm not sure who Flying Dutch is. I guess it's, oh, that's Tyler Heff. That's who that is. Ridwan's teammate, who was not able to show up tonight. So he won't be P3 after this. Keenan Kimmer and AJ Knickel, Luke Allen will all jump him. Fernando Rosario is gonna move up a couple of positions with his sprint race win. He'll be ahead of at least Luke Allen. But Ridwan did lose a couple of points there at least to Stefan, so see if that helps him in the main. Ridwan does start in P4, I think it is. I think, or he might have been 4, so no, P5. He'll be P5 for the main, as it says right here. Kind of just noticed that. Grid is set. So I think we're good to go once AJ gets us in here. But points still pretty close. Well, I mean, top 4 within 17 of each other. Keenan Kimber P4. Of course, last one is we're gonna get into the final here. Gonna load in to set the settings immediately. Oh, there we go. No. right. Good to go. Tyler, or Marcus Snow on pole here. Luke Allen P2. 5 red lights. And we're green. Solid start from P3. Keenan Kimber gonna look to the outside. Even better start from, I think that's Steve Kuntz, who went all the way to the wall. Gonna look to the inside here of P2. Send it in there on Marcus Snow, and he might take the lead away. Oh, contact between him and Marcus Snow. Diving to the inside is Ridwan trying to get to the inside of Luke Allen. Luke Allen covers that off. AJ Knickel not too far behind. Is Ridwan now trying to put himself in the middle. More contact between Luke and Ridwan, as we might have a car go around there. Yeah, car in the wall. That's Marcus Snow. Gets it back going, though. Still P5. Steve Kuntz protecting the inside from Luke Allen there. Ridwan up the P3. Keenan Kimber P4. Meanwhile, AJ Knickel off the track. Didn't get a good bus stop in P5. See if he has to serve a time penalty here. Marcus Snow, not a great restart. Already going to be battling for P6 here with Stefan. Oh, Fernando with a wild dive down the inside. Had the dive out of that one. That was not great. Almost shoved Stefan off the track there. Stefan now looks to the inside at Marcus Snow. Not enough of a gap there to make that move. Meanwhile, back to the front, Luke Allen did have to serve a time penalty. He's back to P4 now. Ridwan up to P3. He got around Keenan Kimber. Now he's going to chase down Steve Kuntz. As Steve Kuntz made a great move down the inside. Was able to take P1 away. Made a little bit of contact with Marcus Snow, though. AJ Knickel went way off track there. Not sure what happened there. But he'll get a 5/10 penalty for that. Or 0.5. Yeah, 5/10 penalty. Oh, a lot of contact back there. I think that was Riker Rummer. It was out of control there. So he'll go wide off of that exit. Give way to, oh wow, Stefan, who somehow got back here. Or no, is that Stefan or Fernando? I keep on getting it. I feel like it's Fernando. Fernando Rosario is Scarface. Alright, there we go. Hopefully I won't mess that up again. Meanwhile, Stefan takes away P6. Fernando going to try and follow him through for P7. Not going to happen, though. Marcus Snow is able to cover that back off. As AJ Knickel still going to have to serve that time penalty here. In a few seconds, about 40 seconds until he gets there. Meanwhile, Keenan Kimber goes a little bit off track. One on the foul. Ridwan trying to chase down Steve Kuntz, who actually is putting up a fight. He hasn't just given way like I thought he was going to. Ridwan is going to have to actually fight him for this P1 position. He gets a little bit off the track there. Not sure if it was lag or actually just him getting off the track. His field is a lot more spread out than the sprint race, which you think wouldn't be the case. You think they would be more compact. As now within 6/10 is Ridwan. It's not going to be too much longer here for Steve Kuntz in the lead, I don't think. He'll lead a second lap, though, at least. I don't see any way Ridwan gets him before the line. He sure is getting close, though. Keenan Kimber not trying to lose track of Ridwan here. Just seems like it takes a second for Keenan to get going here. It happened in the sprint, too. He just wasn't that quick off the start. But he did get a better start here than he did in the feature, or sprint, sorry. Steve actually had a good exit of the final 2 corners, pulled a little bit of a gap there, leads a second lap. Ridwan, though, fastest lap of the race so far, 44.8. Really quick, about a little less than a second faster or slower than the pole time. Still really good for race pace. So he'll use the slipstream here to gain a load of time on Steve Kuntz. Steve blocks the low. See if Ridwan makes a move into the bus stop. He'll think better of it. Just slot back into P2. No need to push the issue yet. Keenan Kimber not too close. About a second and a half back. So he can take his time here with Steve. Won't have to worry. Make the pass and check out. So they're battling. They're just taking his time, like I said. Doesn't have to do anything radical. Keenan Kimber, though, does have to make up some time here if he doesn't want to lose track of Ridwan Hamza. Same with Luke Allen, who is doing pretty well. He started P2 in this, dropped back to P4, really loose off that corner. AJ Knickel was able to stay in P5 even with that penalty. Marcus Snow back into P6, putting up a fight against Stefan and Fernando. As we got a car around back here. I think that's Fidel Fabian. Yeah, it is. Fidel Fabian. The trouble corner, like I said, went around there. He'll be last on the grid now. Looking cool after going a lap down in the sprint is P10. Solid comeback for him. Meanwhile, Steve Kuntz still trying to fend off Ridwan here. So I think Ridwan's going to be able to get him before the bus stop on this lap. He's a lot closer than he has been. Steve is going to block to the inside, going to make Ridwan go around the outside. Ridwan sends it in the corner, going to try and clear him on the exit. That's exactly what he'll do. Ridwan around the outside, power move. Great move by him. Now Keenan Kimber, 1.3 behind Ridwan, about 9/10 behind P2, Steve Kuntz. Going to try and reel him in, take it away, and then try and chase down Ridwan. McGowan has kind of lost touch with Keenan, but he hasn't lost too much time to AJ Knickel, who, unfortunately, I'm not really even sure if he'll have a chance at a podium this race. Not a lot of time to fix your mistakes, if you do have one, unfortunately. But Keenan Kimber now up to the back bumper of Steve Kuntz. Gonna have to make him move fairly quickly if he still wants a chance at the sprint or a feature win. Tire, tire, what is that? Tire spin, tire, yeah, I'm just stupid. Alright, anyway. Luke Allen actually gained some time on Keenan Kimber this lap. Solid lap from him so far, at least. At least the time is saying that. Could be wrong. Tire screeching, that's what I was looking for. Wow, alright. Honestly, Keenan Kimber hasn't even lost that much time either. He lost 2/10 early in the lap and hasn't really lost it since. He's kind of just stayed at 1.7, 1.6 now. But it looks like this final part of the track, the last two corners, really good for Ridwan. He gets off that final corner really well, able to take his momentum down the front straightaway and into the first corner. Like I said, Keenan, he's going to have to get around Steve fairly quickly if he wants a chance at Ridwan, but I'm just not sure how realistic it is to even have a chance. So we'll go back here. AJ Knickel with another 5/10 penalty. That's going to hurt a shot at catching Luke Allen. And meanwhile, Stefan and Fernando, can't mix them up if they're racing side by side. Well, I can, but that would be really bad. Stefan going to look around the left-hand side of Fernando, going to take that position away. It's really loose in the first part of the bus stop, going to give Fernando a chance around the outside. 4 cars under a blanket here. It's Isaac Tano going to take P8 away from Marcus Snow with all this battling. Oh man, they're all really taking a wide entry to that corner, trying to cut back low. Marcus Snow takes a different entry, gets the inside of Isaac there for a little bit. Back side by side, Stefan and Fernando. Stefan trying to look around the outside. Doesn't look like that's going to happen though. Not enough grip. So even if AJ is getting those time penalties, it doesn't really matter because these guys are just battling so hard. 4-car battle for P6. Fernando goes a little bit wider than Stefan, I should say. So it looks like Isaac might have given him the bumper to get to the inside. Even a little more contact, stuffs Stefan into the fence. And now Stefan is going to have to battle for P8 with his teammate, Marcus Snow. He's just going to let him by there. I don't think Stefan will be too happy with Isaac Tano there. As looks like Isaac is now, after doing that, going to make his pit stop. Steve Kuntz also made his pit stop, so that will relinquish P2 to Keenan Kimber. Looks like they might have started on the mediums there and went to softs. So 2 laps of mediums and then, or 5 laps, 6 laps of mediums. 5 laps, actually. It just says 6, and then, or no, okay, 6 laps on softs, then the mediums. So he's going to have to go 10 on these mediums. It'll definitely be the same for Isaac. I don't know why it does that. Why would it say soft and then, yeah. So yeah, both on mediums. This game just confuses me, as that helped out Fernando Rosario a lot. I mean, I'm not really sure what the plan there was from Isaac Tanner. We just kind of stuffed him and then pit. It was just really, really dirty, honestly. But Luke Allen has reeled in Keenan Kimber here these last few laps, within 7 or 8 tenths now, within 7 tenths now. Oh, we kind of stunted in that corner. We're going to lose a little time on exit. Luke Allen putting in a solid effort here, going to maybe have a shot at a podium. See if any of these top 3 take a pit stop this lap. Ridwan, really, he's just got to make no mistakes for the rest of this race, and he's got it won. 3.5 second gap isn't too big, but it's big enough to where I don't think Keenan, Steve, or Luke will have a shot at him. So we'll see if he makes his pit stop this time by. It looks like he will dive into the pit lane. You have to be inside of that yellow line. Keenan Kimber also makes his pit stop. Luke Allen says stay out another lap. He'll lead a lap this time at least. AJ Knickel, same with him. He'll also stay out an extra lap. Fernando Rosario also does not elect to pit. Marcus Snow will pit. His teammates, Fane, decides to stay out. Riker Lummel, Adam Pelk. All. Okay. Alright. Yeah, thanks for that, Jamie. All still out on the track. Logan Cool, after his good start, is back in P14. Isaac Tano, first car to pit there. It's P13. Wait, so that means, wasn't there 2 cars to pit? Oh yeah, Steve Kuntz, who else to pit? So Steve Kuntz, the first car to pick. Isaac Tano was the second. Keenan Kimber is going to come out. Oh, he's going to actually come out pretty far behind Steve Kuntz, about 2 seconds behind. So we'll have to chase him back down. Luke Allen. I'm not really sure what happened there with Keenan Kimber. Maybe, I'm just not sure. Maybe he put too much fuel in? That's the only thing I can think. So warm up the tires on the straightaway here. So we'll stop. So we'll go back up to the front now. See if anyone makes pit stops this lap. About halfway through the race now. 7.5 laps in. Wait, no, this beats, yeah, it'd be 6.5, right? Am I stupid? Yeah, no, 6.5, I'm right. Alright, because this would be the end of 7. So yeah, 6.5, so this, they're coming to 7. Yeah, that's math. I know how to math. Luke Allen, your leader right now, will not elect to take a pit stop. Unless he... That's interesting. He was not under the yellow line that entire time, so that could be a penalty. Not 100% sure what the rule is on that, but AJ Knickel will now assume the lead. Fernando Rosario and Stefan Roby Chad will both stay out an extra lap. Adam Pelk, same. Riker Lummel takes his pit stop. Nuclear Fusion not having a good day. So Ridwan took his pit stop. Came out with the lead. Steve Kuntz gained some time on Ridwan too, like some significant time, about 1.5 seconds. As well, Jamal Stallings will make it easy on Steve there. Steve maybe still has a shot at this. I might have been wrong. If he can find some pace, he might be able to chase down Ridwan. Maybe have a shot at this feature win, make it 4 straight different winners. Really bad entry to the bus stop there. That's going to cost him some time. Back to the front. Stefan and Fernando. Just not great, from where they had great sprint races, just once again, not good features. Just not great starts, since you have to start in the back there. Not the back, but 7th and, or 8th and 6th isn't great still. Especially if you don't get a start, you're deep in traffic, and just not a way to gain that back. As we don't get cautions very often in this series either. I'm not even sure if there are safety cars. So it doesn't help when we start that far back. AJ Knickel, we'll see if he makes his pit stop this time by. It looks like he's not going to. I didn't think so, but who knows. Yeah, I think Luke Allen might be in trouble, because everybody else has been right up to that yellow line, and he wasn't alongside it the entire time. But Nano Rosario makes his first and only pit stop. Adam Pelk does not take a pit stop and has a 5/10 penalty, so not going great. As meanwhile, I've been commentating the second place battle. Ridwan has been completely chased down by Steve Kuntz, who's going to try and take this feature race away. Make it 4 straight new winners on the season. Steve Kuntz showing some pace here. Speed DZ Sports partnering with the 44R. That partnership will end at the end of the season, so I'm pretty sure then it will be the Champ Racing team who will be partnered with 44R. But for right now, it's Speed DZ Sports, so AJ Knickel probably pretty happy to see Steve Kuntz showing this much pace, but not a great bus stop. It just looks like he has so much trouble through the bus stop that even with all the other time gain, just a lot of trouble getting through there. Just doesn't look like Ridwan likes the mediums. Maybe just some trouble with that tire. Is there a way to look at that? I really wish there was. I don't know how to look at that. It's unfortunate, but go back up to the front. AJ Knickel now gonna make his pit stop on the end of lap 9. His pit stop. Stefan Robichad will also make his really slow. Not really sure what that was all about. Adam Pelk. So all 3 of the final cars on track who have yet to make a pit stop dive in. So that'll complete pit stops for this race. You won't see any more. Yeah, it looks like there were some differing in strategies. Some people start on the medium, some people start on soft. AJ Knickel and Adam Pelk both start on the medium. Gonna end on softs here. Try and make up that time on the end of the race. But Steve Kuntz lost all that time he had gained, about a second of time he lost on that last lap. Yeah, so I don't think he's going to be able to pull this off. That would probably be a pretty big upset. Not very familiar with this, but I know Ridwan is very, very quick. I'm not sure how much success Steve has had in this series, if much. But yeah, still, you can just see it. He just isn't as good through the bus stop as Ridwan Hamza. So Keenan Kimber though lost Luke Allen there. Luke Allen, I just noticed, didn't have a good pit stop, even though he kind of screwed that all up. I'm not sure if he gave the time back or not. I'm not really sure about that. But meanwhile, he's behind AJ Knickel now. So AJ, he's 6 seconds behind Keenan. So unless these softs are significantly faster, like a second a lap faster, he's gonna end up in P4 here. Unless Fernando, Marcus Snow have anything to say about it. Fernando or Stefan Robichad was really slow through the pit entry, as you can see, because he's back in P9. I'm not sure if Fabian has made a pit stop. I'm gonna guess not, considering he spun. So he'll have to still end up taking that. So he won't be P10 for very much longer. Adam Pelk will take that position. Strano Rosario now all over the back of Luke Allen. Gonna try and take P5 away from him. 7 tenths up on his fastest lap. That's how you know he's on the softs. He doesn't really, I don't think he can catch AJ. Because AJ's already checked out actually, 2.5 seconds ahead of those two. So just take his time, get past Luke Allen, don't hurt either one of them. Just take P5, take what you're given. I'll try and get greedy here at the end. 5 to go. Marcus Snow ran a pretty solid race. Started P1, falling back to P7 here. I'm sure he'll have a penalty incoming though for that incident with Stefan, where he just kind of stuffed him into the wall. Or no, he did that to Fernando. Sorry, I'm pretty sure that was Fernando. He did that too. Why would he do that to his teammate? So even though he did it to Fernando's still in P6. Probably going to be P5 here in a few corners once Fernando makes the move on Luke Allen. Back up at the front, Steve Kuntz has lost track of Ridwan as Keenan Kimber now is going to reel him in and try and take P2 away. As AJ Knickel, meanwhile, he's about 4.3 seconds back. So maybe, just maybe, those soft tires will be enough to get him into a podium position. That would be wild. Steve Kuntz kind of pulled away from Keenan Kimber though through the boot section. About half a second he gained. Ridwan's starting to check out once again. He had a 3.5 second lead before pit stops. Got it back up to 2.5 now. Losing a little bit of time. About 2 on exit in that final corner. As AJ Knickel has the gap down to 3 seconds. So if these soft tires can stay at this pace for at least another lap, he is going to easily have a chance with these guys. As he even sets the fastest lap of the race. Fastest lap before that was Ridwan, who, that's a 44.8 or 44.4. Yeah, it's blistering, only 5/10 off the pole. I'm not sure what I can. Yeah, that's like a second faster than Ridwan. So, as I say that, Ridwan sets his best sector of the race. Keenan Kimber has lost about a second now to Steve Coons as he gets wide through the bus stop. AJ's got that gap down to 2 seconds, so I'm pretty sure it's inevitable that AJ is going to take the final podium spot away from Keenan Kimber. He's just gained so much time here late. It would honestly, like, a few more laps of these, but you could probably go 8 laps on these softs. That's the probably max he can go, but they'd probably fall off in the end. So I don't think he'd have any chance at Ridwan. If he doesn't lose as much time as he did at the beginning, with having to deal with going off wide and getting those time penalties, he could have had a shot at the win here. So I'm pretty sure he'll be frustrated with that, but still, a P3, possible P2, would be great for him and his championship hopes. It's within 7/10 now. Loses a little bit of time on that exit. See if he gets a time penalty for going wide there. Hope not. Really want to see if he can even have or if he can go get P2 here. As Isaac Tano calls it quits for this race, he'll come at P14. Which really disappointing for him because he was battling in the top 8 there, so he must have had a mistake that we did not see, unfortunately. We as me. And fell back farther in the pack as AJ Knickel is going to make the dive into turn 1, and he'll easily take P3 away. As you saw maybe for a second there, Steve Kuntz has a 5/10 penalty. So AJ Knickel just has to gain a 1.5 seconds and he's going to easily get P2. But we'll see how much longer those soft tires can hold up for. 3 laps to go here in the feature race at Watkins Glen. AJ was only lost 2/10 that lap, even having to follow behind Keenan Kimber there. 3/10 down in the first sector alone. So see those soft tires are starting to give out. As Ridwan was he was 2 seconds slower than that last lap. So I'm telling you, man, it could have been something. Could maybe still be something. I could be wrong. But AJ Knickel has the gap within 9/10. See if that's close enough. Man, he dived it down to that corner. It's gonna be 6/10 off of this corner. So AJ should be able to get P2. He's gonna follow behind Steve for a bit there. Gonna try and go around the outside, maybe clear him before the corner. He will clear him. So AJ Knickel takes P2 away. I don't think he'll have enough time to get to Ridwan, but man, would it be special if he could. 5 seconds back of the leader. I'm sure he'll give it everything he's got, but I think it's just gonna be too much time. It's Keenan Kimber. He got himself some time game there on Steve. Followed AJ Knickel up there. And maybe you shouldn't even count Fernando Rosario out of this yet. He could maybe steal that final podium spot. So he's not too far behind Keenan Kimber, 2.5 seconds. That's about 3 seconds he'd have to gain. Maybe 4, probably closer to 4. It's AJ Knickel. He was only about 8/10 faster that lap, so softs are starting to even out. Haven't probably evened out yet, but I don't think it's enough to where he could gain 2.5 seconds a lap. 4.8 back before the bus stop. See how much time he is behind. Ooh, a car around in the bus stop. That could get dangerous. Logan Cool. A lap car. Not sure what happened there. He just needs to get out of the way. That's exactly what he'll do. He'll take the outside around the chicane. Gotta get out of the way here of the final podium battle. See if he lets Stefan by. Yeah, he'll just stop and let him by. Alright. Solid stuff from Logan there. He's had a few issues with blue flags, but no problem there. Good job. AJ Knickel gained about 8/10 this lap, but still he'd have to gain another second and 8/10 if he wanted to, or not a second and 8/10, more like a 1.5 seconds. If he wanted a shot at the win. Meanwhile, Keenan Kimber's got the gap down to 7/10. Fernando has got the gap down to a 1.5 seconds, so could see a pretty good battle brewing for P3 here. Yeah, it's not going to happen for AJ Nickel, but P2 is still outstanding. P5 with 5 to go. Really solid stuff from AJ there. Keenan Kimber, he's really pushing it now. He's got to get around Steve without losing too much time to Stefan. Stefan on those soft tires is gaining a lot of time. Keenan might have caught a little bit of the wall off the final corner. See how much time AJ gained there. Yeah, he gained still about a second, but it's just going to be too little too late. Keenan really loose off of the first corner, went really wide, trying to gain as much time as he can on Steve Kuntz, and it's going to bite him. That's going to surely lose him P4. So Keenan Kimber trying to catch Steve Kuntz is going to cost himself P4. He'll finish P5 in this race. Stefan Robichaud is at least going to finish P4 with no mistakes. Best sector one time of the race so far. Maybe that's best for you, I'm not sure, but I think that's best for everyone. At least that would make sense. Keenan, man, if he didn't make that mistake, he would have had a shot at Steve Kuntz here in these final lap, or in this final section. So this is actually the final lap, I know, shocking. But see if Keenan gives way for Stefan here to let him battle. Stefan's gonna look up the inside, gonna dive it in. Keenan gives him the position knowing it's not worth it. So he'll finish P5 in this feature race. Meanwhile, Stefan now gonna try and see if he can gain as much time as he can on Steve Kuntz, trying to take that final podium away. So you're gonna have to guard the inside here, but not too much, because you can make the move around the outside. But meanwhile, AJ Nickel gonna have a 5/10 penalty, but it won't matter. He's way too far ahead of P3. But meanwhile, Ridwan Hamza puts on another clinic of a feature race, and he's gonna easily take the win here at Watkins Glen. Goes 2 in a row for the features. Great job by Ridwan. AJ Nickel P5 to P2 in the final 5 laps. That penalty won't matter. Fernando Rosario takes P3 away in the final corner. And that's heartbreak for Steve Kuntz, to run podium the entire race to lose it in the final corner. Trying to look at the top 2 coming across the line. Kind of screwed that up. Feel bad for Fernando. Missed his last lap pass, but still good stuff from Fernando after getting demolished on the exit of the boot there. He'll take the final podium spot. Steve Kuntz, like I said, P4. Keenan Kimber with that 5/10 penalty cost himself any chance at a podium and P4. He'll come in P5. Marcus Snow, solid race for him, P6. Stefan, P7, not great for him. He'll be disappointed with that. Luke Allen, P8, same thing as Stefan. Just fell off there. He was P4 before pit stops. Rickard Lummel, P9, not too bad. Better than last week for him. He'll hope to improve on that next week, and then I didn't get the rest because I'm bad at this. Maybe it'll show. Yeah, it will. Okay, cool. Adam Pelk was P. Oh, nope, it's not going to show it. That's unfortunate. Right? It's not going to? No, maybe it is. I'm not sure. But maybe Adam Pelk was P9, and I'm wrong. I don't know. But Adam and Riker, P9 and P10, will round out your top 10. Jamal Stallings, P11. Fidel Fabian went for 2 spins in both races. He'll come in P12. And Logan Cool, P13. Will not round out your grid, but round out your grid of people who did not leave the session. Isaac Tano will actually round out your grid. So we had 14 competitors here tonight. Ridwan, once again, dominates the feature race. Takes home the trophy. I guess no trophy, a checkered flag. So we'll get our podium finishers in here now. AJ Nickel, first one to join. We'll get Ridwan and Fernando in here. So I'll take a sip of water so my throat doesn't explode. So let's make sure they know that we got podium interviews.
I cannot remember Fernando's account name.
Scarface. XX Scarface.
That's what it is, okay. Yeah, and then also, I was going to say invite the sprint race winner, but that was Fernando, so...
Yes, we're good. So I guess we can start. Oh yeah, we have everyone. All right. So we'll start with our, as you said, sprint race winner and P3 finisher, Fernando Rosario. First, take us through the sprint race there. Take us through your race and how you were able to get around AJ. All right, yeah. I guess that helps. Soft tires are obviously the superior compound. Helps to know tire saving. Then we'll go to the feature. First, I want to have your take on the contact with Marcus Snow on the X of the boot. Saw you guys made some pretty heavy contact. You got put in the wall pretty hard. What was your opinion on that? All right.
He's still talking to you, Fernando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. All right. Did you hear the question or no? All right. You made some pretty heavy contact with Marcus Snow. Marcus Snow kind of gave you the business on the X of the boot there about pretty much as he made his pit stop. Or maybe it wasn't. It might have been Steve Kuntz. I'm not sure. It was either him or Marcus Snow. What happened there? All right, could have been lag. I'm not sure. Lag is pretty awful. Yeah, I'd have to look at it again, but it looked like someone did kind of just stuff you into the fence. I could be wrong though. But that's pretty much it. You ran a great sprint race though. Congrats on your sprint win and your feature podium. All right, and then we'll go to our P2 finisher in both races, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I guess we'll first go to the sprint race. You tried to hold off Fernando there on those mediums for as long as you can. Did you have any shot at taking the sprint win at all?
Yeah. I mean, whenever you get past and you hang onto the rear of somebody, you think, well, I could have defended a little better, positioned myself in such a way, or just not put myself in that position to begin with. So yeah, I think a win was on the table there. P2's fine. A little bit regretful when you throw one away like that, but it is what it is. It was nice, clean racing, and I'm not really all that beat up about it. So
yeah, solid stuff. And now we'll go to what I was really impressed with, the strategy you pulled off in the feature race to go from P5 to P2 at the end. From mediums to softs. Had you practiced that before? Did you know that you were going to do that entering the race, or was it just work on the fly kind of thing?
I mean, I went into that kind of thinking like we are at a track with really high deg. It wasn't something I really, practiced at all before. We got in the car and I realized just how high the deg was. Probably the highest deg we're going to have all season. So I figured, as people kind of start to fall out of the running with their tires being kind of overheated and running out of grip, I figured I'd put myself in position to pass really easily. That one probably stings a bit more just because we were in a position to actually take the win. On lap one, we were kind of in a spot where I could have made a better choice in the run up to the backstretch and put myself ahead, but ended up kind of falling into that hole and getting pushed back there. So at that point, I was fully committed to the strategy rather than any sort of winning. So and again, 2P2 is not bad. I feel pretty good about that.
I did notice that a little bit of a mistake through the bus stop, and then
yeah, no, the bus stop was the least of it. I mean, the bus stop, I was in that position because of what happened beforehand. I wouldn't say I could have positioned myself better, but the real issue was heading up through the S's when I got into like P5 and there was 2 or 3 cars wide in front of me. I put myself on the inside, and Luke ended up stopped basically in the wall ahead of me, and I couldn't avoid it. So. And then at that point, I ended up hitting him in the rear and giving him a big boost, and I was the one who lost out from that, which put me back there with the Mazda and made me go in the grass in the carousel. So Yeah, a whole bunch of just stuff happened, but again, I'm not super beat up about it. Two P2s is a lot of points, and we'll keep going.
Well, like you said, two P2s, pretty fantastic day. Nonetheless, a lot of people would kill for two
Oh
P2s
yeah,
on the day.
absolutely.
So congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we'll go to our feature race winner, but we'll start with the sprint. Ridwan, uh, kind of embarrassing. I kind of missed what happened to you in the sprint. Had my own Fox moment. Can you take us through your mistake from the lead there?
Yeah, I just got on the power too early. The Genesis has a lot of torque out of the low speed corners, so I didn't manage it well and I hadn't practiced enough on the mediums. So the lack of grip compared to the softs just caught me out and I accelerated too harshly, I guess, and it sent me off the track. And that's how I lost it. And then I got dirty tires, so I lost second, third, fourth. I think I was down to fifth. But yeah, made my way up to P4, and that was the best I could do after that mistake.
Well, yeah, like you said, rebounded to P4. That's pretty solid. But feature race, you got a pretty good start and kind of just checked out. Did you think Steve Kuntz had a shot at getting you there at the end? He did kind of make up a little bit of time, or even AJ too.
Yeah, I got a good start, and I managed to go from P5 to P2, and then took a few laps to overtake the first guy. But once I did, it was home running from there. I had the good strategy. I had soft tires underneath me, so I just made use of them and won the race quite comfortably in the end.
Pretty much the same story as last week.
Yeah.
Same song, different verse, basically. But congrats on your feature race win. Probably gonna extend your point lead. I think it's about a 10-point lead.
It'll be close between AJ, myself, and Fernando for this round win. I'm not sure who won.
Yeah. Well, we'll have that updated, but we'll end the stream here with thank you to our partners. We got a DIVEBOMB, Sim League Pro. I think that's James McAdam, AJ Canickle Designs, and Burning Rubber Podcast. Thank you to all those brands, podcasts, all those guys for sponsoring the league. But that's it for the second round of the Group 3 Masters season from Watkins Glen, round 2. I am Travis Van Ostendorp.